A quick lesson on influencers. It's just people who talk too much and they're charming. I'm sorry to break it to you, but we've been around for a long time. When someone in my mom's generation yells at me about influencers and social media, I'm always like, I agree, Mom. But these are people who are willing to pose for pictures and or are good at it. It's like singers, musicians, and just people who talk a lot. If we have strong opinions, we're human. Like, I like to tell people about the best place to get a latte or a mocktail because I like to wake up in the morning and sip something delicious, like most people do. And if I talk about where I found the best new latte, it's because I love trying something new. I'm a sampler. And if I have too many leftovers in my fridge, thank God, because I'll eat them and eat them till they're gone. I will do just what you did, Mom. You taught me to do this, like cut the mold off the cheese. No, I might just never want to cut mold off of cheese. So anytime I want cheese, I'll go to a pizza shop and get one piece of perfect pizza. Except they don't really like to do that very much in every space. So if it's not that kind of place, they'll give me a whole pizza and they'll put it in the fridge and eat it all week long when I want a little cheese because I need a lot of protein. My ancestry allows for cheese, but sometimes I try the vegan kind just because I'm making food for vegans that day. But it is fun when you can barely make rent with your unemployment check just to go and talk in restaurants and like become friends with them. So if they have something left over the next day, they'll happily give it to you because no one's going to eat it and they'll have to deal with throwing it out. Mom, this is what we've always done. You and me and everyone who's really been deeply loving and curious. I sound kind of like your father and you and anyone who has a strong feeling. Yeah, I became an influencer because I was bored. But I don't want to be an influencer forever. Everyone is an influencer. Everyone thinks they're the best at something and wanted to be even greater at something else. That's why I love the Bible for metaphors. Like goats, Goat, greatest of all time. Or are we sheep, sweet little sheeps, cuddly? We're both. All of us get to be cuddly and also a little bit better than everyone. And I've always known that I wanted to use so many of my gifts that when I see someone who does something really well, like make a latte, I want to go drink their perfect latte and type up my ideas or make them into art or send them around the world. So I've been doing that in my spare time for a while because certain platforms make it easy and fun, but I'm kind of bored of doing it. I just want people to keep watching the old things. So I am going to get off of Substack. That's the one thing I know because there's such great stuff happening on Substack. And I don't want to post every day there. People can just repost me if they like what I do. And it's Monday Morning Muse. So I post a prompt on Mondays that's a visual note, which is what we like about Substack. And then based on that prompt, people put something down. Lately, I have whole imaginings of what they'll do with it. But I don't want to know. I want them to figure it out because I have old things that I wrote a long time ago that I'm finally going to put out in the world. So if I'm ignoring someone saying something, it's because it's making me feel confused and distracted. So I just don't read anything in the comments. I just keep creating. That's what creators do. Some people have had to do it from jail cells, from hospital rooms. Those are my favorite. Sometimes people do it out of grief when someone dies. I have been at those spaces, so I'm good at writing that kind of song too. Singing the blues, singing joyful music. This is the gift of the troubadour, the griot. the prima donna, the first violin. It's always somebody who's the best at something, but then they realize there are many of us here. We always see somebody who's going to be a little better, a little shinier, a little younger, a little newer. And we don't feel afraid of that if we're a teacher. We feel excited. Something new is in the wind. My dream has always been that people will go back to the old and bring forth the new, which is why I like to do things on social media, just so people know I am something new too. I have things to share. But if they haven't already figured it out, they don't need to come and listen. They should just go do their own thing. And people will know, enough people will know what my thing was, if they need to. That's why the life of the imagination is perfect, because no matter what, you always have hope. And yeah, now that I know for sure I'm not going to die anytime soon, I know I have plenty of time. And it doesn't help when people say, oh, why would you post this? Why would you post that? It doesn't really help. People get confused. Well, wait and see. Wait and see. That's basically all trolling is. People being like, I don't believe what you can do, or I think you're doing something dangerous, or you're evil. That's a silly fighting kind of thing to do. Some of us just keep things close to our chest because we know we're going to be okay. And even if we were gone tomorrow, people would keep putting out little bits of what we did and figure it out for themselves. And that's great, or not, depending on who you are. So, Mom, I hope you'll wait and see. The things that I already made are going to be even more beautiful on the other side of soon. I love you. And I'm doing my best to keep plenty of sky between me and the next day. Because looking up at the sunrise out of my own safe space, it's just basically Virginia Woolf needing a room of one's own. You're still loyal and loving to the people who are out there somewhere, but you need quiet. You need to come back to yourself, like Brandi Carlile is singing in her new album. Just have a room of your own somewhere, quiet. People can do it by Airbnb or hotels or going across the world if they need to for a while and just coming back to themselves. It can be hard, but it's always worth it. I like the side of being there, even though I'm sure people wouldn't want it to be if I posted it to YouTube. Which is why I am going to post things to YouTube, but also every Monday, it'll start with a Substack. Like a question, a poem. I already posted a note on Substack. This is to check out the poetry of Marie Howe. If you don't know why some of us love to write or to sing, it's because it's what the living do. To be fully alive, I sing, I talk, I do live things with people in a restaurant, in a coffee shop most likely. And when you find out a lot of them are musicians, of course they are. This is their side gig. A lot of our greatest musicians, or at least people who know what good, calm music to listen to, folk musicians, love to be in a coffee shop, love to give suggestions to the baristas, love to feel their body warmed. And if you have the kind of home where you're making your own music, well, that's just plain lucky. If it's a church home, if it's a place where you can listen to good music in a coffee shop, that's the beauty of this time. Make some music and let some of it be live. So fun. All right, I'll see you soon.